Well, thanks for attending the World Streaming Media Group's church live streaming presentation and training. I'm going to share my screen with you. I am Rodney Harris, CEO of World Streaming Media Group um, and trainer. This is our um, presentation that we send to or present in person to churches um, and decision makers for churches. Um, we solely right now, uh, our main focus is on church live streaming, which is a new service that's been out for probably a little over a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So churches are just now starting to live stream their services, which is an excellent way for churches to get their message out. Also, it's a great way for them to get new members for the church and then retain the present members. We also have another live streaming service that is for businesses, concert promoters, um, schools and colleges, so they can live stream their games and concerts, and we can do and set it up as a pay per view type of thing for the schools to generate extra income. But that's another presentation. Right now, we're going to do our church live streaming presentation. Our service is very reliable and affordable for mega churches all the way down to home base churches that's just starting out. You have unlimited streaming. Uh, that means that with our service, you can log on and never have to log off for that whole year if you want to. Um, Again, this is church live streaming by World Streaming Media Group. Um, we provide a video streaming platform designed to meet churches' needs. Our goal is to make sure that your streaming experience is pleasant uh, while also providing all the features that you may need. Why live stream? Live streaming over the course of a year, nearly everyone in the church will miss attending your service, whether they're homesick, on a business trip, on vacation. Sometimes people just can't attend, they're at work. Because of this, more and more churches are now moving into the 21st century with live streaming. Let's get to the myths and the realities of live streaming. Is the myth: people will stop coming if we start live streaming. Our church is old school and we don't use or need new technology. Live streaming is very expensive. You can use a free service like YouTube Live, Skype, or Ustream or Google Hangout. You can't replay a live event. So let's go to the first myth. People will stop coming if we start live streaming. First of all, the fear was probably the same fear that they had when pastors were approached for television ministry. And I'm sure at the time they felt like if I put my sermons on TV, then people have no need to come in person. And we now know that was a big myth because uh, TD Jakes, excellent example, started off in a small church, became a mega church solely based on the exposure that they receive from television. Also, people that have to work on Sunday, they can't come. So if they could view it on their smartphone, which everybody has a phone now, and they're used to viewing video on smartphone, they'll just pick up their phone and watch the sermon. Uh, Another big thing is when people don't come to church because they're away, you miss the tithes and offering for that Sunday. Rarely do people come back next week and pay for last week and this week. Uh, Live streaming, you can put a pay button at the bottom of the screen. And when people in person come for offering, everybody comes for offering. Our church is old school and we don't use or need new technology. First of all, 95% of the people sitting in the pew have a smartphone on them, used to going on Facebook, used to going on YouTube, used to checking their emails by now. So even if you have a church that does not use new technology, everyone in your congregation uses new technology. Live streaming is very expensive. Uh, just like flat screen TVs, when they started, they were very expensive. Now you can go out and buy a flat screen TV for a little over $100. Live stream is the same thing. Started out very expensive, a lot of stuff that you needed. Now it has become affordable for even home churches. You can use a free service like YouTube Live, Skype, Google Plus, Google Hangout, or Ustream. Um, that really comes down to free means you are under the mercy of that service. If they choose to run an ad underneath your presentation or your sermon, you can't do anything about it. You're using their service for free. Also, everything is about appearance, and free using anything free is an example and a reflection of your church. Now people, they don't pick up the yellow pages to find your church. They don't drive past. What they do is they pick up their smartphone and they look for you over the internet. So the appearance of your website is very important. The appearance of your live stream is very important. It's the image that your church is portraying to the world. So the last thing you need is in the middle of your sermon, the advertisement is right at the bottom of the screen about a pole dancing video that's coming up next. You can't replay a live event. With our service, as you are broadcasting live, you are also recording live, which means 10 minutes after your broadcast, it is available for you in the archive section. The features that we have: your broadcast can be viewed on all devices. That's computers, laptops, tablets, cell phones, smartphones, smart TVs. Offline, pre-roll, and post-roll videos. With our service, unlike most services, when you're offline, when you're not broadcasting, your player sits black screen. With our service, when you're offline, you can run 15 to 30-second presentations of upcoming events. If you have a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners that's a membership of your church, they can run their business ads, um, and it will loop. So when somebody comes to your website, when somebody comes to your Facebook page, when they see your player, it will loop the ads, or it will loop your upcoming events, upcoming sermons, upcoming Bible studies. Post roll, the difference between the post roll and the offline: post roll runs right before your broadcast gets ready to go live. So you can also run all of your upcoming events. You can run um, members commercials for their business and services, and right after that, your live broadcast comes on, and right after it goes off, the post roll videos come on. So you can run advertisement if you choose, like a local Bible uh, a local Bible book um, store, and you can run that before and you can run it after your live presentation or broadcast. Automatic events. You can you can pre-schedule events that you know happen all the time. When you have Bible study on Wednesday from 7 to 9, you can go in and pre-schedule that event, and you can do it for 2 weeks. You can do it for 3 months. You can even do it all the way for a whole year. So that way you don't have to go back in and schedule an event that you know happens every week. It is automated, and it will be it will automatically present live during that date and that time. We're so happy with this one. We just signed a contract with Apple TV. So you have your own custom Apple TV channel, which will be on all Apple TVs. And you also have your own custom Roku channel. And for those of you that don't know, Roku is a company that has channels that are on all smart TVs. So for the past 3 years, when the smart TVs first started coming out, Roku is an app, just like Netflix and everything else, that when they turn on their TV, the Roku logo is right there. They click that logo, and then they can go in and find your channel. Um, IP camera compatible. IP cameras are the new security cameras, and as long as they're IP, you can get wireless security cameras, and you can position them all over the church. And with a iPad or a laptop or any computer or even your smartphone, you can switch from camera to camera to camera to camera. So it will look like you have a big mega production with all of these cameras being switched to, and all you're really doing is switching from IP camera to IP camera. Video and audio podcasts. You can strictly do audio. If you had an event where you just wanted to do the audio, you didn't want to show the video, you can set it up and program it to do that. And in a sense, you have your own radio station for your church. We have unmatched customer service. Once you get your account, the very first thing you do is you reach out to customer service to see how professional we are in the response that you get from your customer service. There is no contracts. You can cancel the service anytime that you like. We know that that's something that won't happen because we do everything and we strive to keep your business. So let's go to the pricing. The church streamer box, and I'll show you that later on, but you need the church streamer box to be able to hook into the cameras or your broadcasting system to run into our service. So that camera streamer or that church streamer runs from your camera through the box into our service on the internet. So unlimited streaming for all of the packages with under 250 views per event. It's $139.50 monthly. And if you broke that down into what it would be per week, that's how affordable it really is. And that's 250 views per event. Unlimited streaming with under 700 views per event. That's $239.50 monthly. Unlimited streaming with over 701 viewers. That's $339.50 monthly. Now, interesting question came up during one of our presentations to a church was if you did an event and it was 250 viewers and that's what you average, but then you did like a conference and brought in many churches and it was over 750 for that event, would you have to pay the $339.50? The answer, as long as you average the 250, that was a one-time event, then we won't go in and charge you more for that event. The only way that we come in and suggest that you go to the next package is if you start on a normal occasion, you start getting 700 viewers, 600 viewers, because now your exposure and your viewership is growing, then we'll come and suggest that you go to the next package up. And that's how that works. And, we know that you pour your heart into your ministry. And wouldn't it be great if there was a way for your message to touch more lives? This is where we come in. World Streaming Media Group, live streaming for churches. Right now, we have a special going on where you get 15 day free trial to try out the service. You can run it. Don't turn it off. Stream everything that you can for 15 days. That gives you an opportunity to see how great our service is. Here's our website, which is World Streaming Media Group, and it is www.worldstreamingmedia.com. And you can come to this site, and you come to this site when you want to sign up. You click live stream sign up. It will bring you to the sign up page, and you stroll down, and you have the unlimited 250, you have the unlimited 700, and you have the unlimited 701. You scroll a little bit farther. Whatever one that you want to choose, you just click the button and it will take you to the sign up page. And here's the new church streamer. We're so happy about this. A lot of people worked really hard to get this out. It is $499. That's a one-time cost. You want to purchase your church streamer right off the bat, and it'll take about 5 days for us to ship it out to you. Once you get it, then your 15 days starts from the time you receive it and set it up. The different type of video inputs. You have HDMI, which is most of the newer cameras are HDMI. You have SD, which is standard definition, which are the older big TV cameras, and RCA, which is the red, white, and yellow plug. And we would need to know that when you're ordering. That way we get the right box for your camera. There is a 5-year warranty on the box. And so we come to the U700. You click the button, come through, ask the questions. That way we know we're setting you up with the right package. You fill out the email and the phone number, and the administrator is the most of the time the treasurer would fill that information out, or the pastor. Whoever writes the checks basically is who we need to contact. You submit it, and then it will come to our email, and then we will call you and walk through the purchasing and set up your account. Once you get your account, you will get a login and a password that will come. The link will come into your email for the administrator's email, and it will have your username and your password, whatever that might be. You put that in and log in. And I'll show you, run through this and show you how simple um, how simple most of this really is. Um, on your home screen, speed test, you can go inside Sanctuary and with your phone, and I think it's speedtest.net, you can run a speed test to see the speed of the modem and the Wi-Fi in your church. Now, most churches are not set up for live streaming, which means you might need to call the um, internet service provider once you find out your speed. Uh, you need the upload speed, which is the main um, source of information, the main one that you focus on. And when the speed test starts, it starts with the download, uh, and then the next test is the upload. You need the upload speed because the video is uploading onto the internet. That speed needs to be at least 3, preferably if you can get 6 and higher megabytes, then you will be perfect for live streaming. The higher the better. 3 to 6 megabytes, you will be ready for live streaming. KB is knowledge base, so you can click here and go in and study and train, and we will actually have live training every Thursday at 8 o'clock on our website. So once you get your account set up, every Thursday you can come live to our website. You can ask questions. Um, you can, anything that you need to know, we can sit and run through the uh, your dashboard with you, anything like that. Thursday, 7 o'clock. Support. That's the customer service. Uh, Feel free to click support as soon as you get in your account. That way you get an opportunity to see our excellent customer service reps. If you need help setting up your account, you go to complimentary setup, and our IT people will walk you through step by step. Um, Anytime you need us, click the email, send us an email, and we'll get right back to you. When you want to order extra um, church live streamers, click that. If you want to order, go to this. It will show you the different um, things that you can purchase, and we can explain most of this on the next presentation. So let's run through this real fast. You want to schedule an event, you can come here. It has a lot of different categories. And if you need to add one, you just click edit and add categories. Pastor's appreciation. Anything that's not on here, you can click edit and add into the category. You can put a title. You can put a description, which appears on the video. If you have any questions as you're doing any of these things, you just click the question mark and it will explain what that section is for. Set the date, the time, ending date, and delete and expire after. If you're doing like a concert and you only want to replay that concert one day, you click one day and it will expire 24 hours after the ending time of the original presentation. You can set this up for live or no broadcast, just automatically go to the archive. And that means when you don't want to show, when you just want it to be, you're having a meeting, a staff meeting. You want to record it, but you don't want to broadcast it. You don't want to you don't want to take it live. You just hit that, and it will record it and send it to the archives for you. There's different types of broadcasts. You can do it manually, start, stop. Uh, a lot of churches live streaming, um, and there is a link, a tab on our website where you can go and purchase your copyright license, which is very affordable. Uh, Once you do that, then you don't have to worry about your choir singing, Kirk Franklin or anything like that and presenting it live and worrying about as ASCAP or Kirk Franklin coming back with a copyright infringement. Until then, you can manually start, stop your recordings. And the way you can do that is instead of live streaming the choir's performance, you can just wait and start broadcasting when the pastor comes out and stop broadcasting when the pastor is done with his sermon. Um, Broadcast, start recording when the stream starts and stops when the stream stops, and that's when basically when you turn it on and off broadcasting, and a lot of different ways. And like I said, down here, if you just wanted to record the video and then upload it later, uh, you can do it that way. If you want it, you want the that event embedded on your website, you can do that. Custom images is like if you want to have a poster, um, thumbnail, or anything like that, you can design it right there. If you want it on your Roku or TV channel, click yes. If you don't, click no. And podcast and repeat events. This is if you're doing a Bible study every Wednesday, like I explained earlier. This is where you go set that up, and if you have IP cameras, it will automatically come on and start broadcasting live when you program it and schedule it to broadcast. If you have just regular video cameras, as long as you have the camera on, then it will automatically broadcast for you. And then you just click start event. If you want to test it, go down here and click test. If you want a countdown to the next live broadcast, you click yes. This is where you go and view your statistics. Um, you can see how many people on that date watched it live. You can see when the peak live was, like if your sermon started at 11 o'clock and a lot of people arrived at 11:30, it'll show right here when it peaked. If you want to see replays, how many people watch the on demand after you got done broadcasting live, it will show the same thing right here. View channel, and your player, like I said earlier, um, people, other services, it's just blank. It's a black screen. With your service, if you do the offline videos, it will have whatever the video is, it will loop in here. So when you put this player on your website, um, that's what will appear. So it'll just be like your videos. If you have uh, your members services um, looping, that's what will appear on your player. So when it's offline, that's what will appear, and when it's online, the post and the pre and the post will loop on your player. You want to manage your events. All the events that you have scheduled will be here. Say you had a Bible study scheduled for next week, and then an emergency came up or something happened where you knew that event was going to be canceled, then you come in here and delete it. Settings. Um, this is where you go to upload your uh, your offline and your live pre-roll and post-roll. Like I said, the file can be no longer larger than 50 megabytes, which is basically like a 30-second commercial would be about 50 megabytes. Um, let me show you. Let me show you the. See if I. That's basically setting up the look and feel of your player. Um, you can have four different types of players. You can have a live plus archive tab, so it'll be your live player, and then uh, past events will be under it. You can have just a live um, player. You can have just a archive player, or you can have a countdown where it counts down to the next live presentation. And here's the examples of it. This is the live player with the archive under it. So people can go and watch these broadcasts. The live, and these are just church demonstrations of how they have their setup. So here's your live player, and like with this church, they have their upcoming uh, flyer, and then down here you actually can put your um, your pay button. Here's another example where this church has their chat box on the side where people can chat with whoever the administrator or the media person that's controlling the live presentation. Archive. This is probably a sermon from last week plus past events. And here's another layout and example. And then a countdown, where it's countdown to the next event. And then you have a header about the next presentation. So that is pretty much it. As it says, it's live streaming. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Um, our pay system uh, will be a secured um, system, so you don't have to worry about anybody getting into your financial information. We work with the largest pay online company in the country. So we will be able to do automatic payments for you, and that will be in a secure pay area on our website. Not the pay area that's on our website now for the live streaming service. You will have a pay area